Stop. I can't. It doesn't even let me like.
Yeah, I don't think you can highlight it or anything, but it's like, oh my gosh, what are you up to? Long time no see. Is your audio still off? Yeah, I'm glad we sat down when we did.
it's Scaradise! And we've got ourselves a packed house here. This is a very, very special panel. But we also have a very, very special guest host for this panel. I think you guys need to give a little more ruse than that. This guest host is from the Dead Beat Podcast. We bring him out, Mr. James Jalise. And now, for the 15-year reunion of Scream 4. Let me call them on out. You guys ready back there to take this stage from Scream 4? Are you guys ready in the audience for Scream 4? Are you guys ready back here for Scream 4? We've got 4 amazing actors and actresses that are going to be taking the stage. Let's bring them on out. Miss Hayden Panettiere.
Save the world!
Love the enthusiasm.
Hello.
All right, welcome to the Scream 4 panel. When they asked me to host this, I wasn't sure why, but I was really excited to do it, to have this opportunity, because Scream is my favorite horror franchise. It's what got me into there, so thank you for being a part of it. Kind of an undersung sequel when it came out. You know, Scream 4, looking back, you look at the box office and it's like, why did it not do better? Because nowadays I think everyone loves it. Everyone ranks it among, right? Sometimes I see people say they like it even more than the original. Like, it's up there, man. People love it. And I just feel like the horror genre was in a different place in 2011 and maybe people weren't as ready for what you guys were doing, but
A long time between 3 and 4, too, which I think
11 years, yeah. It was a big gap, and I think when they came back, Kevin and Wes had something to say, and you guys did that well. I wanted to start with actually talking about Wes. This was his last movie, and you know, he's one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. I never had the chance to meet him, unfortunately, but I want to just ask what it was like working with him, and I don't know if any of you had worked with him prior to this movie, but you know, coming into this established franchise that had a fan base, that had a rhythm to the production, what was it like working with him?
Incredible human being, and definitely not what you would expect somebody like Wes Craven to be. He was like this very gentle energy about him, and his beautiful wife was always with him, and he's very much a family man, and he, you know, guided us through this process because we were kind of like fish out of water, not knowing all the nuances that go into making, you know, a scare work in a horror movie. And he was like, I remember him saying to me, we were doing this scene with Emma, and I'm supposed to be on the phone, you're supposed to have calls, and we're in the bedroom, and it turns into a ghost face, and he says he's in the closet. And I have to do that walk towards the closet, and Wes talked me through it and was like, go really slow, like the pace of a snail. And every time I did it, he was like, slow. So I was like, I mean, you would have laughed seeing it in person, but it worked. Timed out perfectly, you know, to build up to that scare. Yeah.
he was just so excited to be back. You know, everyone was. It was like a summer camp for the original cast that like we were the undergrads coming in and welcomed with open arms. And it was really cool. It was a wild experience.
Wes was quiet. No, he started as an editor, so he kind of had it all mapped out his mind beforehand when he made this thing. But I met with Wes for a movie called My Soul Tales, the one he made right before. Woohoo! I wasn't in it. But so I already kind of had a relationship with him prior to the screams, right? I knew he was like this sort of gentle guy going in, so I wasn't as intimidated as like some of the crew seemed like. Yeah, Wes was cool. That was
Yeah, that was the last
That's
day.
awesome.
I don't hear you.
I can say, I really kind of doubled up with everything. My expectation going into it was that, my expectation was really never really been what it was going to be like with each other. And to have built such an iconic franchise, and the production and essentially through and the cast, tensions for me were really high, even though we always put it up, and we put the set, and it was just completely silent, and everyone was in position, and it was just like, are you ready? Go ahead. And I was like, oh gosh, like so quiet, and turned out so soft, but just had so much dedication and detail, and it was a really experience.
Yeah, and Nico, you compared it to a summer camp with all the returning, not only
For
the
us,
cast.
we made the most of it.
Yeah.
We made the most of our time.
Yeah, because it was a lot, like, it wasn't
We
just the
went on
cast
adventures.
and Wes, it was like a bunch of the crew returning
Yeah.
too. I had heard that the prop master was even a returning, and that he would prank the new people. So did any of you get pranked? With
We all
like-
got pranked.
All of you, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a tradition in the Scream movies. I don't know if it's still going on. Did it happen on
I
five?
don't know if anyone ever got me.
Yeah.
They tried to get you.
It's hard to get me.
Yeah.
They tried to get me on this too. A couple. It's hard to sneak up on me and scare me in any way, shape, or form
Is that very
anymore.
good spatial awareness?
Well, so the tradition is every new actor that comes in, Ghostface at some point jumps out to try to scare the shit out of a new actor. And I remember I opened the front door of the house, he jumped out, and the Italian in me, my initial reaction was just to clock him in the face.
Yeah.
So he got hit that
You
day.
did, you
I
actually, you did a hit?
I did. Yeah.
That's the same thing I would do. Like if they actually managed to scare me, it would have gone worse for them. It would have been bad.
Oh man.
At least he would be under a mask, so the black eye would be.
Yeah, maybe there's a little padding there to help with the blow. Who knows? Yeah. Amy, you're in the opening scene, which is always a classic part of the Scream movies. And correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't your scene like drastically changed and refilmed from the initial writing?
It was. We originally shot the opening scene movie and Brit, I think almost before you guys had gotten into like the full production. And then you guys shot the full production, and then Wes was like, I really like this part. Would you mind like coming back and doing like a chase scene? I want it to be bigger. And so came back with it like in your production, and like did that whole chase scene, and then running down and garage stuff, and it was. I mean, it's so much fun and so like iconic. It's such a cool thing to be a part of. It was really fun.
Yeah, it's really cool that this franchise has these repeatable beats that each movie kind of riffs on. And to be a part of those elements must be really cool. Like, Rory, you're a Ghostface. Like, that's really cool. Not everyone can say they are a Ghostface killer. It's like a few actors and Wu-Tang Clan member. That's about it. But does it, like, in the intervening years, because I feel like Scream, came out, fourth movie in 2011, and then it wasn't until 2022 that we had another installment. In those intervening years, how often were you just like, yeah, that was cool that I was like part of that and was a killer in a Scream movie?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I guess at the time it was sort of pressure I was feeling, but like I felt the need to like, bring something that I hadn't seen in Scream yet. I remember talking to Wes. I said, I'd like to feel guilty about everything I'm doing. And I said, like when I go home after I murdered someone, I think I can cry myself to sleep. And I remember the look on my face, and Wes was like digging that. He's like, yeah, but once you have the mask on, when you're doing it, there's no guilt. You're a soldier with a uniform on. That's good shit. Wes was great.
I mean, well, it's right to kill have to kill your person you've been friends with since you were kids.
We genuinely kind of grew up together.
We
We
grew up
together.
together.
in like real life.
We have been having platonic sleepovers since we were kids.
Wow.
No joke.
Platonic, sure. Hanging without feeling guilty. Again, you're a soldier. Get out there.
And yet, Nico, your character is obviously kind of a riff on Skeet's character from the original. So when it comes to that, are you, before production, rewatching the first movie? Are you taking notes, or are you just kind of wanting to do your own thing without like emulating it too closely? Like, what's the balance there?
It's funny. I hadn't even seen the first movie during the audition process. I hadn't seen any of the first three. And I didn't even realize the audition scene was the scene from the first movie until, I want to say, after I got the job.
Which scene from the first movie is it? Like him and their first scene together in the bedroom? Or
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
That was the audition scene originally. And then it got changed as the audition process. I think I auditioned like 8 times for this movie, honestly. I forgot what the question was at this point, so...
just like, yeah, how much did you consciously
Not
try
at
to
all.
emulate?
Not at all.
Nothing at all?
I didn't really think about it at all. I just wanted to do my own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, my ending was a lot different than Skeet's.
Yeah, you know. I mean, it wasn't good for either of you, but I feel like you get an extra...
Getting shot in the nuts was awesome.
Yeah. Was that like a practical thing that they set off in your
fully.
pants?
It was a squid, yeah.
Okay.
And
It was terrifying?
It was the first time I'd ever had a squid on me, and it's like could not be close. It was basically on top of me, right? And Nev comes up to me before that scene, and just casually is like, this is my 4th one of these movies. I would never do what you're about to do. I'm like, thank you so much, Nev. I love you so much. I really appreciate it. It's gonna be great. We're gonna be fine. Yeah. And then they blew my dick off. Yeah.
I mean, all of you have some pretty physical stuff going on in here. Because Amy, when they did the reshoot, I like also that you bookended production. You were like before the main unit and then after. But all that chase stuff, was that a lot more elaborate than the original scene?
For me, it was definitely a lot more elaborate. It's a lot more physical, and I mean, I love physical stuff. Like I love doing stunts and things like that. So that was really quite fun. Definitely though, we ended up with a few bruises here and there, but it was great.
Yeah. And Hayden, I always think it's interesting that your character, it might be unique in this series in that, like, you're stabbed, you're left to die, but the plan was always for you to come back. Like, I know that there was the planned original 5th and 6th movie that didn't pan out, but like, it was always intentional on, I think, Kevin and Wes's part that Kirby didn't die. And then to see that actually happen later is awesome.
Yeah, well, the most terrifying part was getting the call from, getting to say his name, Harvey Weinstein, who basically bullied me into doing the film. I wanted to do it anyway, but he was like essentially telling me, I'm not giving you a choice here. And once you're part of the family, you're always part of the family, insinuating that, you get other things. It was just very typical of who he turned out, to be. What was the question? I said his name and I got
Like when filming, were you aware that your character, even though it was left to die?
So he was one of the big things he was telling me, his pitches was that my character was not going to die, that she was going. I don't think he went into the details of how it was going to happen, but that we're going to think that she dies, but we're going to bring her back. So that was exciting to me, hugely exciting to me. But it did take me, then they did 5 and I was like, what? What the heck? and then 6 was rolling around and I called my team and I was like, can you please call them and remind them that he's signed on a screen 4, this is supposed to be a recurring character, and that, I'm ready, I'm right here. I am free, I am unemployed, come get me. And that they did, but I really like the way that they did it. That scene is like one of my favorites because mine I don't do a whole lot of like running away from Ghostface or anything like that. It's much more emotional turmoil for me, and that great scene at the end where I list off all those horror films trying to save my dear friend who then stabs me not in the back, in the stomach.
Platonically, though.
Platonically. Outright. I didn't kiss you, right? I knew it. But you have to know in Hollywood that if you do not see somebody die, and even if you do, that does not mean anything. This is Hollywood. They can come back. They can come back from the dead.
And you know, in 5 they plant the seed for your return because there's a little Easter egg on the side of. Did you know before the movie that they were going to do that, or was that something you found out after?
They
the
added
fact?
that after I called them. Then they added the Easter egg in 5. They were flirting with the idea of me doing, and during reshoots, throwing in a scene for 5. And then they ran out of time, and they were like, I think it's better that we just drop this little Easter egg in, and then we'll bring it back into this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it worked out great with your role in 6 is fantastic. And everyone saw that thing in 5 and was like, got really excited that Kirby was still there. And yeah, you know, speaking of that scene between you and Rory, I think it's one of the best scenes in the movie. And I think that scene really has that prep work, Rory, that you did. You can see the results of it, the guilt that you said you wanted your character to have, because especially in that scene, someone who like you have a crush on, a good friend, you kill them, and then like, even if Wes's direction was like, ultimately you do soldier on to do this, you can see the layers of those emotions. And I just think that's one of those interesting things about acting that not everyone understands, that a lot of the work that you do for prep isn't on the surface, but it comes out anyway, like it bubbles up.
Yeah, and I've been training for that scene for 10 years. Hey, you need to sleep on this? Yeah, no, that scene was really important to me. Like when I was talking to Wes about wanting guilt, wanting to show guilt, that was like the best example of the place I could consider that. Yeah, and even though like it was something I really wanted to do, I did feel guilty for doing it. And then when she came back, I felt a little robbed. They took my pill.
So you worked up the nerve to kill her and you didn't even do that right, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and we were talking a little
And
bit.
then I get stabbed in the same place.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I come back, so I thought that was really interesting. They tried to kill me again the same exact way. And I, once again, don't die. I mean, to
Yeah,
make
just-
it out of that once is hard enough. To make it out of it twice.
Yeah, Kirby's still kicking.
He had a little Claire in it.
Yeah,
A little indestructible in it.
I bet people would love to see Kirby come back in future screens.
Tell them. You tell
Yeah.
Right to your representatives. I'd love to get some questions from the crowd. We have Matt out there with a microphone. I'm not sure where he is. Oh, wow. Where's that coming from?
Raise your
Right
hand.
down the middle, right here. Hey,
Oh, okay.
hey.
Yeah.
So obviously there's far too many people out here to get all your questions answered. So raise your hands and it's gonna be like a lottery. So a couple of you guys are gonna get your questions and ask from the audience right here, my man. What's your name? Dan. What's your question?
Before starring in a horror movie, even the Spring series, were you guys fans of the original trilogy or any other horror franchises?
Scary movies.
I love scary movies and horror in general. I mean, I love to just get the you know what scared out of me. I love being terrified. I don't like being alone and terrified. And there are some films that took me quite a while to recover from. Some horror films, but I love the film.
Wait, which ones messed you up?
The Exorcism of Emily Rose really, I can't even say it properly. My body goes into like emotions. It really left a mark on me. It took me a couple weeks to not have nightmares and be able to close my eyes and feel some semblance of peace.
I still have Mothman prophecy nightmares.
What about you guys? Conjuring, great, classic.
Yes.
Were you horror fans before or since?
I mean, the original Scream is so iconic. Like, I was talking to somebody earlier, and I was like, I want to be a fly on the wall in a movie theater that was seeing that for the first time. And the iconic film, it would have been, just amazing. But my grandmother really loved horror films, like, loved horror films. So we were constantly going to see horror films growing up, so I kind of just grew up with them.
That's a cool grandma.
Actually, my little brother started having night terrors, and it's all because of The Sixth Sense. The woman at the theater told my dad that he was going to go right over his head, and he was about 6, and so he felt comfortable bringing his kid to The Sixth Sense. And throughout the film, my little brother is just sitting there like, he looked like the E.T. in that scene where he's in the closet. He's shaking. I still haven't seen it for a while. And for years afterwards, he had night terrors because of that. I think Kip and I were the same, like that other world thing, right? Scare is what really gets to me.
Supernatural.
But I love that Scream 4 also had this like completely different kind of horror movie, and it had humor to it. It had these great comedic moments and these just really interesting characters, and we all became best friends in real life. So we had the time of our life. I can honestly say that Scream 4 I think is one of my top 2 favorite films. That and Remember the Titans.
Over here, looking straight at you. Right over here, man. JD. JD, what's your question?
Hello, distinguished panel of judges. My question for y'all is, did you take anything from the set? If so, what was it, and do you still have it?
The first one I don't think.
He's asking if you stole things?
There's limitations is fast, you know?
Absolutely.
You did for sure.
Got the knife, got the knife.
Where it's everything from all the movies in one room.
You stole stuff from 6.
From 6, I did. I think I stole. You know what? I managed to get away with a bullet from my gun.
Okay.
That's pretty much all I managed to get away with because everything in there was like priceless.
Yeah. I was going to say, you might want to be careful with 6. That was recent enough to where someone might care.
Yeah.
Wait, we need that.
But I'm not much. I don't remember there being much that we would have stolen. Like, what would we do?
There's a scene where Emma throws herself through a glass coffee table. For some reason, I had a handful of shattered glass in the bag. We're never going to use it if someone wants it.
Maybe
So many people would want that.
maybe some of the props from the barn in the stab screening, that might have been cool.
Wes actually has the prop master to show him that. We took some of the weird hooks in the barn home. Wes was like, I'll have these. And these are perfect. Okay. They give me some rusty like sickles and stuff.
What do I do with this?
Wes never invited us to his house, so we really don't know. We have this idea of who this man was, this gentle man was.
Who knows what was going on?
He definitely had a room in his house that we
So I'm over here, still on the same side with my great friend Corinne. Corinne, what's your question?
My question is mainly for Hayden, but others can answer. So, from your time being Ice Princess to Kingdom Hearts, Scream to Until Dawn, was there ever a moment that you were like, wow, I've had such an impact in my career? Because a good friend of ours was so impacted by Kingdom Hearts that their baby girl that's going to be born in 6 weeks is going to be named Kyrie.
I met your friend. I met said friend and touched Kyrie in Bella. So I think that makes me the godmother, right? Yeah. Something like that. Am I aware of it? I don't think that's not something that normally crosses my mind until I come to places like this and get to meet people like you and hear what you have to say and the way you talk about just the projects that I've done with the passion and the love that you have for it. It really opens my eyes and fills my heart genuinely.
All right, I got one more question on this side of the room. It's from Yusuf. Yusuf, what's your question?
So this is for whoever taking there. So you guys film all these crazy like phone call scenes and Ghostface chases, these like stressful moments. What's the mental preparation for that when you're about to shoot those scenes?
That's a Rory question.
Yeah, Rory.
I'm the one doing it. I didn't have to. I wasn't a victim.
The preface, I mean, know your lines. Research, that's the baby step. And I think it's also just waiting to get on set to see what our co-stars are gonna do, getting to play off of each other. That's why it's such a blessing to get a chance to work with such talented people who just bring it. And I love what the first take is usually my favorite because it's the most genuine, it's the most real, we're the most caught off guard. It's not rehearsed yet. The reactions are just, we're not thinking about how to react, we're just reacting. But I mean, it's also you don't want to prepare too much because you want to be able to shift when you have to. When Wes comes up to you and says, hey, let's do this, let's try it this way or that way. If you're over-rehearsed, then it can be difficult to make the changes that you need to make. But
And in those scenes, you're actually talking to Roger, right? It's not was it usually Roger L. Jackson doing the voice and you hearing the Ghostface voice? No? Oh, okay. Okay, was it like Wes yelling the lines or was it?
It was our prop master.
It was prop master? The breaking prop master?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Whoever was wearing the Ghostface costume.
Okay, because I was going to say, it'd probably be easy with Roger's voice to have these reactions, but I'm sure the prop master did a good job too.
I mean, I was responding to Emma screaming at me, so I was a little bit of
Yeah.
All right, we're on the opposite side of the room, over here, with the one and only Barbara. Barbara, what's your question?
This is for the panel. You've got, some of you have 3 decades under your belt, and all of you probably have 3, 4, 5 more decades to go. But in the time you have spent, is there a character that you discovered so deeply within you that it still lives in you?
Don't say Charlie.
I think all of the characters that I've ever played are a part of me, have been a part of me. That's how I created them. That, even if I wasn't going through exactly what my character was going through, whichever one of my characters was going through, I had to find ways to relate to the emotions that the character was going through. Every character that I played, I could say, was a part of me. But because of it being over so many decades, I'm not the person at 36 that I was when I was, a teenager. So they're still in there, but the older ones, definitely more me now. But at the time, that was a part of me.
And I think you leave a piece of yourself with these characters too, right? I mean, for me, Josh from younger was the most similar to who I am as a person. Just working on a Darren Star show, there's so much love and joy that went into that show that it was easy to go home from work every day. Right? It wasn't always easy to go home from work working on a movie like this or working on the following something that's like so intense, right? So I carry a piece of Josh with me, I'm here for sure.
Kind of in the same world of you leave little pieces of yourself within these characters, and sometimes when, at least for me, I'm revisiting something that I did when I was really young. I mean, I was very lucky to be on a TV show that went on for 5 seasons, and I kind of grew up in my formative years were on TV, and revisiting them, it kind of almost feels like, I don't know, friends that you haven't seen in a while, and almost like even just trying to recognize the person you were then and the person you are now, and the growth in between that. I don't know, I feel very, very lucky. Sometimes it's almost shocking that you're like, oh right, I did that, or I was a part of that, or who is that? That was me, but yeah.
Playing Charlie Walker in this, I was like 20, 21, and I still didn't have like my process figured out. So I was like really mean to myself at that time. Like before takes, I would try to like hide in the corner and slap myself and like make myself feel shame because I thought that would be like cool. I thought I'd like a good, I don't know, I'd give a good performance if I was really mean to myself.
Chugging Red Bull.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like it all feels like a dream, like a nightmare. I was like really mean to myself, and then he kind of stuck with me. I was kind of like the Eeyore a little bit afterwards. And then I did a movie called Lords of Chaos like 6 or 7 years later. Thanks. And the character is Euronymous. He's just this egomaniac, and I really needed that. I needed a bit of an ego to bring me out of this like weird shame I had. So yeah, Charlie Walker was sort of like sort of pathetic. And then Euronymous was sort of this, thought he was powerful, so I was like, I needed that to pull me out of Charlie. So those are the two. Yeah.
All right, so I'm over here with the one and only Aria. Aria, what's your question?
So the people who got killed in Scream 4, did you guys want to be killed or be put in the next movie?
Oh, we all want to be in the next movie. We want to those of us who are dead want to come back, and those of us who are not dead still want to come back. No, none of us know. I mean, I think the best of both worlds. You got to be killed, and you got to come back.
We also didn't all know who was gonna die when we started filming. There was definitely a bunch of script stuff happening on our film that things were kind of up in the air a little bit. So we were finding out in real time while we were working who was staying and who was going. Well, they didn't even have it written. Remember?
Okay, I didn't know if that was, they were lying to us when they said that, or they were just trying to get us to not beg for it.
There were some butting heads on our film.
Nico, did you ever believe that your character might make it, or were you like,
no, absolutely not.
Yeah. Say, boyfriend guys.
The way it was set up, I was destined to die.
All right, so back here, right in the back now, right here with my man Deshaun. Deshaun, what's your question?
Hey guys, this is for Hayden actually. I'm not, no spoilers, I swear. Scream 7. Man, let's see. Possibly in the future, maybe in the future projects like Spring Maid or anything in the future with that, possibly, or anything? I don't know. I'm gonna see you do like one of my favorite characters.
Your guess is as good as mine. Might take me, instead of a phone call this time, might take me actually showing up to one of their houses.
Do it!
Camping out there. I refuse to move unless you put me in the movie. I have no idea. I would, but should that opportunity arise, I would be auditioning.
So would we!
All right, I'm back here now with my favorite season, winter. Winter, what's your question?
How was it to like see yourself in like that area?
How was it to see after the movie was released? How was it seeing yourself on the screen?
It's always weird. I mean, most actors are their own most intense critics, and it's never just a comfortable thing watching yourself in a movie or in a TV show. I usually watch it once, and I'm like, okay, we're good, that's enough.
Turn it off, please.
We're done.
Well, I have to imagine because you're watching it and you're seeing like the stuff behind.
Yeah, it's all the prep, it's all the work.
Yeah,
I wish I would have
all
done
that,
that
even if it
different.
seems-
I can't believe I screamed like that. Like, yeah, it's weird.
Or which take that they chose to go with.
Yeah, 'cause you have no
Like,
control over that.
On set, we can do a take and go, oh, that's
It's me and Marcus on the screen with their hands up.
definitely gonna go with that one. And then you see the film and you're like, that's not at all what was going on in their mind, I guess, or like ultimately the choice that they made. So see, we have this idea, this very general concept of what of a movie that we're going to try to make. And I mean try to make. And then all you can do is go in and do the best you can do. And you can put your best foot forward, right? That everything goes well, and then it goes into, it's completely out of your hands, and it's in the editing room, and what the finished product that ends up coming out can be shocking. I mean, I've done projects and seen it, and I'm like, I need like therapy now, because that is not at all like I need to go hide myself. I'm gonna go hide. After premiere in about my friend had to come get me because I was so shocked. It was not what I was expecting, and it took me years to wrap my mind around what had happened in the movie that had come of the experience that I had.
You always need the theater after watching yourself, like, well, I blew it. Next time, I won't blow it, but it's can't avoid that again.
Yeah, my worst was watching I was terrified about hearing myself say the word, the line Bambi. That was the worst. That was the most terrifying. Like there was so, I felt so much stress and pressure about that one word line Bambi. Like it was the hardest I'm acting. I'm acting the most in that moment. And I more acting in that moment than I did in the entire film. Terrified of that. And of course I was just sitting there and I saw it and I was like, I know I'm gonna hate it, I know I'm gonna hate it, and of course I was critical of it. But then I was like, it could have gone a lot worse though. It could have gone a lot worse. So I can live with that version. But I knew I was no matter which take whatever I was like, yeah, that was like, you could have been the best line. And it was so simple, and you blew it. How did you blow that one?
I have to learn early on about attachment. It's not an individual project, it's not a solo adventure, it's a team sport. It's the people that are behind the camera that you don't see, the thousands of people people who work on these projects and come to these projects and fix the sound and do all of the things that really shape it to what it's gonna be. And there are times you watch things like yourself and you're like, what am I doing with my hands? Like, what am I doing with this? And then other times things that you think you completely bombed on the day, actually you're like, okay, it's not too terrible. Like I can live with that. I can live with that and really be proud of it. And then sometimes, you know, there are things that come out and you're like, oh, I hope that never sees the light of day ever again. But you know, the internet.
Matt, real fast, I forgot one question, and I would be remiss if I didn't ask it, because when you guys filmed Scream 4, it was in Ann Arbor, where I was going to college at that time. I went to U of M.
Did you go to my 21st birthday?
What's up?
Did you go to my 21st birthday?
No, I was not cool
I
enough to
heard
do that.
basically the entire college town went
Really?
to birthday, so where were you?
I was not that cool then, yeah.
No, I swear to God, our friends, they threw me a surprise 21st birthday, rented out this entire building.
Where was it? What building?
And
Do you remember?
right downtown.
Okay.
Downtown. I don't remember. I thought I was going to dinner, and Vladimir Klitschko did it with our friend Jeff Beecher, who does Beecher's Madhouse, and at the time David Arquette was doing Beecher's Madhouse with him, and they all threw me the most epic, I mean, this whole building, every floor had a different kind of party going on. There were everything from live animals to Oompa Loompas and the after party. I mean, my parents had to leave. Right? They drew the line at me getting the Oompa Loompa lap dance. She wasn't dresses in Oompa Loompa anymore.
Well, face was orange for 3 days after that.
Besides hanging out, I just want to ask, did you guys have any special memories of Ann Arbor, since that place means so much to me? So, did anyone else have
Camping, camping. She got this campground that had one main house and multiple little cottages on it, and invited all of us, and we just raged.
The food was also fantastic in Ann Arbor. Yeah.
Emma and I and Marielle took a trip to Florida for 4th of July.
We went to Lollapalooza.
We went to Lollapalooza. We went.
Bonnaroo in Tennessee?
Okay, but yeah, Lollapalooza was very. That's just a free tattoo from Lollapalooza.
I got one too.
One question, two questions? What do we do?
Yeah, we do two. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can put your hands down because I've got one here, and then the next person doesn't go to. So, Danny, what's your question?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Yeah.
Good answer.
Very political.
Scream 4?
We're in collective agreement over here, Scream 4.
So I got the last question right down the middle here with my man, Dylan. Dylan, what's your question?
Now, this is for Hayden, and we're going to talk hypotheticals or a joke. Who would survive a ghost face attack?
Hypotheticals or a joke. This should be interesting.
Who would survive a ghost face attack? Kyrie from Kingdom Hearts or Sam from Until Dawn?
Ooh, I mean, I would. Sam for sure would. But Kyrie's like a badass too. Like she's. Those are two different. Those are very different worlds. That's a very. I'm just gonna pretend both, but I can definitely say Sam at least. I think Sam would kick his ass.
Well, thanks, Matt, for the questions, and thank you, all of you, for joining us here. I know, Amy, it's your first convention. ever. So.
Mine too.
And yours too. I wasn't sure you guys saw. Make sure you guys welcome them to the convention scene. I think they've been having a good time so far because, like Hayden said, just having that fan validation, hearing what your work means to these people, even after so many years, it's got to feel good. So keep that love going while you see them and go there.
Thank you all so much.